To stay with us, we still have with us Mr. Bwala. Waiki had a question.
Yeah, on that same show, that same interview, you had alluded to the fact that the governor of Rivers State had made a mistake with the deal that he signed with the president. Do you still maintain that, or your opinion has changed again?
No, I can't remember saying anything about Lagos and the government.
Not Lagos.
Rivers.
Rivers.
So, sorry?
Rivers State, not Lagos. Rivers State.
Yes, I'm saying I have never said anything about Lagos State and the federal government.
Rivers State.
Which is the
Fubara State.
Fubara State.
Fubara, similar to Fubara.
Okay, Rivers.
Yes.
Yes.
Rivers.
Yes. What I maintain as a constitutionally speaking, what I analyze, I still stand by that position constitutionally. But you know, the interpretation of law is subjective. It is only when the court delivers the judgment it becomes binding on people. Meaning that I can give an opinion and give an opinion. It doesn't make mine right or wrong. It doesn't make yours right or wrong. But if both of us bring this opinion towards adjudication, when the court gives the judgment, then it becomes binding on all. And the good thing is, you see, when I met the president, and that is why I will forever respect this man, because Mr. President started by addressing my criticism of his administration rather than getting angry. So some people have soft heart, they will get angry. But he was explaining the reason behind. And he said he quite appreciates my engagement in politics. That kind of leadership I want to submit to. That kind of leadership I want to promote. And let me tell you the truth, the distinctive difference. When I left President Tinubu and I moved to PDP, he made every effort to contact me. And I was avoiding him. That's why when I met him, I apologized deeply. I said, you don't even need to apologize. People make decisions per time based on the information that they have. Imagine somebody you left, you were involved in a very, intense campaign, and after they finish, he still has an open heart to see you, talk to you, and then all through our conversation, Mr. President never mentioned party. Mr. President didn't even mention the name Atiku. He was talking about Nigeria. To me, that is impressive. And I want to say it for the optimum time. The president is not perfect. The president will make mistakes in the course of administering the country. And as citizens and supporters of the administration, there will be time when we will criticize certain policies if we feel the policies are right or wrong. Our motives cannot be misjudged. Our criticism cannot be misjudged. But what we are committed to doing, and I started by giving the analogy of the airplane, is that where it lies within our power, we must push this envelope towards a better Nigeria.
Right.
If you look
Mr.
at
Bola,
insecurity, like for example, yes.
Let me throw in this question very quickly to you, because I know that from this morning, let me ask you, have you been offered a job by this administration?
It's personal. I keep it to myself.
You keep it to yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I plead the fifth.
You plead the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah, but there is that Fifth Amendment
in Nigeria. No, it's a Hollywood movie.
Okay, in Nigeria, I plead Section 36.
Okay.
Bwala,
Go ahead.
So a lot of insecurity is now popular in the north, especially in Abuja. And you are also from Borno, right? Yes. Where Borno is partially safe now from what we hear on the news. But the Abuja banditry and kidnapping happening in the city centers where they go into estates now and kidnap families and family members is what is popular right now in the FCT. What would you say about that?
The situation is crazy. Before I left Nigeria for UK yesterday, I was brooding on that. If I threw out the journey, that was what I was reflecting on. Then I came up yesterday, I tweeted that at this critical time with these multifaceted problems are now increasing, it is now, the crisis economy is trying to entrench itself into our social fabric. There is this thing called crisis economy, where people build the economy around creating crisis. They kill to get money and they collect money to stop killing. And that's what is happening. I made a recommendation yesterday. It's about time, in my view, that Mr. President will look at how to establish what I call the National Security Advisory Council or Board, which will consist of retired or serving heads of the security and intelligence platforms like DSS, NIA, police, Defense Intelligence College, and the rest, who will give him out-of-the-box thinking, who will do out-of-the-box thinking. Because doing one thing over and over and expecting a different result is a definition of insanity. insanity. Now, this happened in America, actually. There was a time the President of the United States appointed a national security advisor. After a little while, now the pressure and the problems surrounding the country created the impression as if the national security advisor was overwhelmed. So the president of that country, rather than sacking him because he didn't think like he should sack him or replace him, he created the National Security Advisory Board, where he had outside of the box thinking. And that is why he was able to find a solution. You see, coordination of national security is key. If there is no cooperation in the coordinating mechanism, there will be a problem. Two, modus operandi. You cannot sometimes continue to use kinetic. There is no kinetic approach to solving problems. Look at America. For example, when we started fighting terrorism, we thought that everything, get gun, shoot people, until the United States Department of Peace, when we were invited for a program. I went in my capacity as a private sector person, and they were talking about cutting off terrorism financing. They talk about changing the ideological reasoning of the people, and they talk about dealing with poverty. These three things are non-kinetic. When you deal with that, you will be able to cut off these people from their financials, cut off these people from the ideology that they say they are going to die for, and cut these people off from what pushes man. Because man by nature, according to philosophy of man, is brutish and brutal. When he's pushed to the wall, he will do anything possible to survive. That is what is happening in Nigeria. They have seen that stealing, kidnapping is not only one way by which they can survive, but in fact, they can build an economy around it. So there is need for out-of-the-box thinking, and I'm calling on Mr. President to broaden and spread this engagement. You see, Abraham Lincoln, I talk about Abraham Lincoln in that book. What he did was that he galvanized limitless thoughts around the country, because the problems are multifaceted. They are hydra-headed. And so you cannot confine advisory to only one person or one office. And recently, and this is my capacity as a private citizen, certain moves that the National Security Advisor is taking, to me, is unhealthy. Bringing the bill that will give you power to employ people to do this, to set up this, to carry out operations. The office of the National Security Advisor has never been built to be an office that will operate like the other security platform. Your role is National Security Advisory. And so it is key that the president at this time, in order to have a holistic approach, to create this National Security Advisory Board that will consist of either serving or former aides of this platform. Let them bring their thoughts to the table, and let us see how we can find a lasting solution to the problem.
Okay, finally, hypothetically speaking, just in case you're offered a job in this administration, will you take it?
You said, in case I'm offered a job, will I take it?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anybody crossing the bridge before he gets to the bridge?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Can somebody cross a bridge before he gets to the bridge?
It's a simple yes or no question, sir.
No, this is not cross-examination.
All right. Okay, so let me rephrase. If in case you're offered a job in this administration, would your current principal appreciate it or accept it or encourage you to take it?
Again, the second question now is even harder than the first, because you are asking me questions on excavating the thoughts that are not within my capacity. But let me put it this way. There is this thing in criminology or in intelligence, they say follow the money if you are trying to trace route. In the bit, we are supporting the policy. And so you keep following the support of the policy. If in the course of pursuing the course of the policy, the president feels you can play a role in this area and this area, for God's sake, why would you say no? But you don't say, this is what I want or this is what I want to do, because the population is over 200 million and the position is for few people. The discretion is with the president. Your motivation should be national interest of the country and not your personal interest. That's why I don't think about it and I don't talk about it. Sometimes I even get a little bit uncomfortable when that question is put to me, because the naysayers want to build this narrative that, okay, it's because the president offered it, that's why he's supporting. And I made the point clear. He never offered to give me any appointment. He recognized the role we are playing as private citizens and asked more of our contribution towards our country.
Okay. Thank you very much. We have to wrap up.
If I have case, I will come to you. Your mouth sweet, well.
All right. That's all we can take on today's show. Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel. Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel Bwala, for joining us this morning. That's all we can take on today's show. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.